Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, in the studio on a Wednesday morning. So the Kentucky Derby winner typically it doesn't happen all the time, but most of the time you win the Kentucky Derby, you're like, let's use this momentum, try for that Triple Crown. You know, it's happened before. But then, of course, injuries happen, illnesses have happened. What's the reason for this winner not going for the Triple
Neither
Crown?
injury nor illness. And this is Sovereignty, which won the Kentucky Derby, but there will not be a Triple Crown winner this year because Sovereignty's trainer, Bill Mott, has pulled his thoroughbred out of the Preakness. Now, I understand the reasoning for this. In a sense, I do. These thoroughbreds are valuable. They're very costly animals. Their stud fee is, well, it's huge for one thing. I mean, a lot of money involved. Well, Mr. Mott maintains that that's too short a distance between the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness. And it is. It's only 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have... He feels his horse is not strong enough to be able to withstand that kind of pressure. So he pulled him out of the Preakness, but will run him in the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga in New York, and that'll be June 7th. The Preakness is 17th, so that's just a couple of days from the Kentucky Derby. Anyway, pulled him out of there, and it's a trainer's decision. The horse is not ill and not injured, but he will also not run in the Preakness.
It's amazing to me that every one of those horses are the descendant of one stud.
Secretariat.
Isn't that just amazing? And how much money is involved in just getting the genes of that one horse. It's like, man, It's crazy how the breeding thing, the science behind it, it's mind-boggling. Thank God we don't do that with humans yet. How did the baseball Bears do in their game last night?
This is tough. This was the Bears' final non-conference game of the year and their final midweek game of the year. From here on in, they're all on the weekends except for the tournament, and that begins in just a couple of weeks. Bears played Central Florida, University of Central Florida's Big 12 conference team. They've been Big 12 now with KU and K-State and Iowa State and Oklahoma State, to whom the Central Florida team lost in 3 games. But the Bears beat Oklahoma State. That's just it. You can't look at comparable opponents. Game is tie throughout most of the game, and then late in the game, Central Florida takes a 1-run lead, 3-2, and that's where the game ended because the Knights from Orlando got 5 runs in the 8th inning and 5 runs in the 9th inning and beat the Bears 13-2. Now that's misleading because 5 runs in the 8th and 5 runs in the 9th. Now, the game was well contested before that, but boy, that bullpen, that really went to blazes for Missouri State, and that's going to be their problem, and they've known it all season long.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's been the weakness. It hadn't been hitting, it hasn't been defense. It's definitely been that bullpen at the end of the game and finishing up really well-played games, and this isn't the first time it's happened this season. So I thought we were all done with the Sanders BS. He finally, he goes in whatever round. He's going to the Browns. Looks great. Okay, awesome. Well, then someone from Colorado files a suit for $100 million because
it's a Colorado fan, but he lives in Georgia. Now, this is frivolous. And why a court would allow this to happen, well, I guess you have your freedoms, but I can't see that. He has sued this individual who's unnamed. He's a Mr. Doe in this case, has sued $100 million because Shedeur Sanders goes in the 5th round. It has nothing to do with Shedeur Sanders personally. He's not going to get any money from this. This fan wants $100 million because the player went to the 5th round. What kind of foolishness is this? And will a judge look at this and say, get lost, buddy? Yes, I think that's exactly what happened. Not Sanders. He's not involved other than the name. It's a fan. Good Lord, where do we quit?
Like we've got other things to do. I just want it to die and go away. Cardinals at home this week, or at least for the time being. How'd that pitcher's battle go yesterday?
This was a terrific pitcher's matchup, and you knew it was going to be Paul Skeens, the heralded second-year man for the Pittsburgh Pirates out of LSU, and Matt Liberatore for the Cardinals, who has really come on now and is pitching very well. You knew this would be a dandy. And both Liberatore and Skeens pitched great baseball. Liberatore, 1 run, 3 hits, 8 strikeouts through 7 innings. Now keep in mind they're playing the Pirates. Pirates aren't very good, but nonetheless, 8 strikeouts. Skeens gives up 2 runs, 3 hits, and 6 strikeouts through 6 innings. The big blow of the game, Alec Burleson's 2-run double, that came in the 6th, and that was it. Cardinals 2, the Pirates 1. A great pitcher's game up in St. Louis, viewed by a few friends and neighbors. Fact is that not very many people are showing up to Cardinals baseball, and that's a problem that's got to be resolved somewhere along the line. Nonetheless, Cardinals win. They and the Pirates play again this afternoon, actually at noontime up at Busch Stadium.
Only one game behind 500, right?
If they win today, they're 500.
Yeah, so they got a nice noon game. Our good close friend Brian Tyndall's up there with his son today. So
this is somewhere along the line. The station has a day over there.
They've got affiliate day. Yesterday. We got one next week at the Springfield.
That's
Cardinals.
Right, Springfield.
But the Kansas City Royals not having that problem. They are winning games, and But the crazy thing to me is the fans still aren't really filling out Kauffman just yet.
They never do this early in the season for some reason. Just can't get around. And Kauffman Stadium's fine. There's no problem there. You're wide open out in the country. The Truman Sports Complex, it's great. Your safety is a major concern in St. Louis. It's not in Kansas City as such. Anyway, I have to look back in the record books and see when the Royals lost to the Chicago White Sox the last time, because it seemed like a century ago.
Seems like it's been a minute, yeah, for
sure. Anyway,
sure.
they were on the verge of that happening last night. The Chicago White Sox led 3-2 in the ninth inning, but then somehow, someway, you have to make every play in the game. It's an old mantra that coaches deliver. They concentrate the whole game. Well, the White Sox didn't. Throwing error in the ninth inning, and Mark Canha came in to tie the game. And then who comes up? Bobby Witt Jr. So long ball game. Base hit into center field, and the Royals win by a score of 4-3. So indeed, a Kansas City victory again over the Chicago White Sox. It's incredible. Kansas City owns this team. They play again today, or tonight, I should say.
And hopefully they get the dub, because that, like I said yesterday, that AL Central is really close. It's just one game back of first, and there's a tie for second and third. See what happens there. NBA playoffs yesterday, kind of a tough game for the Cavaliers,
and for both home teams. This is really astonishing. I don't remember this ever happening. Cleveland had the lead over the Indiana Pacers, and they're playing in Cleveland. And the Cavaliers, although they're missing some of their players because of injuries, and including Darius Garland, who is their key point guard. And this is Winston Garland's son, and he is out. He's got a toe injury. He just simply cannot push off on it. Anyway, the Cavaliers had the lead late in the game, and Indiana comes back and wins it at the buzzer, 120-119. The road team has won both games in that opening series, so Indiana leads the series 2-0, going to Indianapolis. In the other one, Golden State and Minnesota opened up in Minneapolis. This was the first game of their series. Golden State coming off a big victory on the road at Houston. They didn't go home. They went right up to Minneapolis after winning that. And I'll be darned if Golden State doesn't get the win. This is without Steph Curry contributing a major role. It's Buddy Hield who had all the scoring in this one for Golden State. 99-88 over the Minnesota Timberwolves. So Golden State is now up 1-0 in that series.
Crazy. Ned, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.